Hi WBE brothers and sisters. I hope this video finds you well and the family all well and everybody's healthy. But if you're seeing this video, that means you guys are coming to work back here at 90 Hill Road at our office, and I'm excited to see everybody. But in doing so, we have a lot more protocols and rules to follow as we enter and maneuver around the office. So with that, when you drive to work and you get into the parking lot, before you leave your car or as you're leaving your car, make sure that you put on your face covering, whether it's fabric or in this case it's a surgical mask, and then you can make your way up to the front where we'll start our journey today. So the first thing we're going to do when we head up to the office is we're going to sanitize our feet before we enter the office. And the way we do that, we have a station set up here with a bleach solution. There's a couple ways you can do this before you go into the office, and that's to either dip your foot and just step into the bleach and then go ahead and step on the towel and dry it off. Same thing with the other shoe. And so we'll do this every day before we come into the office. There's also another option. You can actually take a spray bottle and do the same thing if you like that. This is a low-level bleach solution. It will not damage your clothes, but this is the method I prefer. For your preference, if you like, we do have nitrile gloves here. If you'd like to put on rubber gloves before you do this, that's fine. If not, that's okay too. And then you may want to just, when you're all done sanitizing your shoes, go ahead and sanitize your hands. Again, we're trying to get every piece of skin we can, and between the fingers, everywhere we can. Once we've done that, we can go ahead and enter the office. So we take our fob, we're going to go get our temperature taken and our questionnaire done. Okay, so we'll head into the office.
Good afternoon, Dan.
Hi, Charlie.
How you doing?
Good.
Awesome. Have you been exposed to COVID-19 and are you experiencing any symptoms?
Nope.
Wonderful. Have you been around anyone exposed to COVID-19?
Nope.
Excellent. Let's take your temperature. 97.8, Dan, you're good.
All right, so we're good. So once we've done the questionnaire with Charlie or whoever's up front here, and we get our temperature taken, we're cleared to go. So now we have a path of travel that we have to adhere to now in the office. So once we leave here, we head down through the hallway in this direction only. There will be a different direction to get to these people up front, but we'll discuss that later. So what we're asking people to do is to go to the bathroom and wash their hands first thing. So as you're coming down the hallway, obviously we have the women's and the men's bathroom. Only 2 employees are allowed in the bathroom at any one time. So if you actually open the door and there's 2 people in there, there's markings on the floor here where you need to stand until one person comes out. Now if somebody else is standing here and you've come down, you're going to have to keep moving until this person is out of the way. So it's going to be an adjustment, but we'll get there. Anyway, so when you first get here, please come down to the bathrooms. Go ahead and open the door. Check to make sure nobody's in here, or not more than 2 people are in here. And then we'll head to the sink and we'll wash our hands. And you guys have probably all heard you need to wash your hands thoroughly, which means we are scrubbing our hands for at least 20 seconds. Installed these new no-touch faucets. So you've gone ahead and you've washed your hands. Go ahead and dry them off. And what I'm advising people to do is just to go ahead and hold on to your paper towel after you've dried your hands. Bring it to the door. There should be a garbage can near your door. Just go ahead and grab the door handle with your paper towel. Maybe prop it with your foot and throw away your towel. So now we've cleaned our hands, we continue on the path of travel through this hallway. Our supply room, only 1 person allowed at a time. So make sure you keep 6 feet of distance at all times. Only 1 person allowed in our kitchen at any one time. Please pay attention, we also installed fisheye mirrors so you can see people coming in or out of the kitchen as you're coming down the hallway, or down from this hallway. People can see down this hallway before they get there. So they're out all over the place, so please pay attention, keep your eyes up. There are fisheye mirrors everywhere to help you out and see who's coming around the corner. Once we get out into the atrium, you have free travel of path to your offices if your office is on the first floor. Just maintain 6 foot of clearance between anybody. If you get stuck, there's some things that'll help. We have some labels on the ground that show 6 foot of clearance there every once in a while. But if your office is on the first floor, you have the right to travel throughout the atrium as long as you're keeping 6 foot of distance. Upstairs it changes a little bit, and we'll get to that. But just maintain your social distancing here on the first floor. So the fax coves and the plotter coves are all one person maximum in here. There's disinfecting supplies and cleaning supplies in all of our coves. So once you've done what you've done, we can go ahead and sanitize. But this is our path of travel down on the atrium. If we kind of go around, if your office was here, you're free to move about and go to your office. If you don't see delineators and you're not sure how far 6 feet is, the carpet squares are 2 foot squares. So if you keep 3 squares between you, that's a good indicator. The tiles on the floor are 1 foot, so keep 6 of those between you. If you get confused, after a while, this will all become automatic. So you continue on to your office. If you put your stuff down and you need to go to the bathroom, or you need to go upstairs, let's do that first. We're going to go upstairs. You can travel through the atrium anywhere you need to, as long as you're maintaining 6 foot of social distancing, and that's the key to this. This stairwell inside the atrium is our upstairs. Everything is in a flow. So once we decide we need to go upstairs, you have to use this stairwell. And they put signs everywhere. This is up only. And then you can continue on upstairs. You're free to go into this area of the office if you need to talk to somebody here, which that's where I'm at. But if you're coming out to the top stairs and you need to talk to somebody anywhere in the second floor, you must travel to the left. We go clockwise. Everything is clockwise up here. The reason we got to do that up here is because there's a railing, there's people's offices that you may not be able to step into to make your 6 foot clearance. So we keep this going in one direction. So if you have to go see Liz, for instance, you need to go all the way around. So we walk this way. If you're traveling, one thing I forgot to mention is if you're traveling through the office, you must have your level 1 face covering on at all times. Okay, when you're in your office or your cubicle, you may remove it. But you don't want anybody coming into your office without you wearing your mask. But once you get up to leave, you must put your mask on. So these are just some chairs for people to have a conversation with somebody in their office if they need to. It keeps the 6 foot social distancing. But anyway, if we were going to see Liz, this is the route we must take, counterclockwise on the upstairs. Or if you had to go to that fax machine, the plotter's obviously in here as well. You have to come all the way around to get to it, okay? Now, we could go down to Liz's office, but then we'd have to go all the way around again. But you do need to do that if you're up here. But this stairwell, the one that goes into the back side, is the one that takes us back downstairs. Again, fish eyes through this doorway. You can see there's a fisheye mirror here, so you can see if anybody's shouldn't be coming up, but is standing there. They should be going downward. But if they're standing there, you'd be able to see them. And again, it is all noted. There's only one person in the stairwell at a time. So if somebody's on the stairs, please stop here until they're down. You could look over to make sure they've exited the stairway, and then you can continue on. If you're standing here, somebody comes through there, that's what the fisheye mirror is for, they can stand at the doorway. It's just about maintaining distance. So this is how we get back downstairs, through this stairwell. Now this is where it gets fun. Once we get down these stairs, we can't walk down the hallway this way. We only get to the break room from that hallway. We can't go back into the atrium this way as well. What we need to do is go through the shop, and it's delineated. You're gonna follow me here, but once you get down these stairs, make the U-turn. And we're not using the back door for anything, so please don't go out that door. But this door will be propped open into our shop, okay? And then obviously you can see we have delineators and caution tape that kind of give you a path back to the hallway. this is the only place where it can be two-way traffic or potential for two-way traffic. We don't want it, but obviously once you get to here, you can see our hallway. The front of the office is here. If you have to access somebody at the front, Charlie or Kyle or Connor, any of them, you do have to make the long trip around through the warehouse here to get to them. You can't come up the hallway. Or if you have to go to the bathroom from your office, you just have to make this route. But the only thing is, if you have to go up to the front there, you need to stop here at the threshold and just take a look and make sure nobody's coming. If nobody's coming, go ahead and you feel it's clear, go ahead and head up to the front. If you're not sure, you're kind of confused, you can always yell up to Charlie, hey, are we clear? And then you can proceed. Yeah, if you were going to the break room, you would make that same pilgrimage through the shop. We would head back down in this direction down the hallway, past the bathrooms obviously, but I'm gonna use the break room. So here on, we access the break room or the conference room also. But the break room right here, if you'd like to use it, you can come down this way in the hallway and obviously enter the break room. Only 2 people are allowed in the break room at any one time. Now, once you're done in the break room, this is where you've got to make the journey again, where you would go down this hall, past the stairwell, into the shop, and all the way around, and then back into the atrium, and then go where you need to go. All right, so now we're in the kitchen. I'm gonna go over some sanitizing concerns that we have when we have somebody in the kitchen. Now remember, it's 1 person in the kitchen. Right here on the counter as you walk in, we do have gloves and sanitary wipes and hand sanitizer. If you elect to wear gloves, it's not mandatory, but if you feel more comfortable in rubber gloves, please put a pair on and then go about your business in here. So what you need to do though, if you were to get a cup of coffee, if that's your thing, you can grab a cup of coffee, and we need to make sure that we take care of our touch points when we disinfect. So if we're having a cup of coffee, you're grabbing the coffee pot. Go ahead and pour yourself your coffee. And if you like your creamer, go ahead and grab your creamer and put it in, and leave that out. And then once you're done, you've made your coffee, you've stirred your coffee, or this is for anything that you do, if you're making food or whatever. If you're using the microwave, you're touching the microwave. I'm just giving you an example with the coffee pot. Come back here and go ahead and get yourself hand sanitizer and just wipe down everything you've touched. So, go ahead and, you can go ahead and wipe down the outside of a coffee pot. Go ahead and wipe the handle of the refrigerator that you touched. Go ahead and also put your creamer back. Wipe down the fridge. Wipe down the coffee pot handle, because that's some place that you touched. And then go ahead and throw away your hand sanitizer, or your sanitizing wipe. Grab your coffee, and then you may want to give yourself a shot of hand sanitizer. And again, through the fingers and around the back of the hands, all the way up the wrist. You want to keep rubbing the hand sanitizers until they dry. And that's CDC recommendation. Okay, and then you're good to go on the kitchen. So you've wiped down all your touch points in there. If you were going to use the conference room, these sanitizers, hand sanitizers, disinfectant wipes and everything are placed all in all these common areas. So in the conference room, if you use the conference room, please, when you're done, wipe down your chair and the table that you were sitting at. Wipe the table surface down. Disinfect that. When you come down, the same thing applies to the break room. There's disinfecting in there. If you use it, please wipe it down. If you're using the tables out in the atrium to eat at or to meet at, there's sanitizing products right here that will always be stationed here. Again, there's gloves, there's sanitizing sprays and wipes that you can use. The spray, if you don't have the wipes, you can use a spray, and then you use one of these towels to wipe it down. But if you sit at a table, please wipe down your chair, and any of the touch points, please wipe down the table as well. So again, we will not be using this door, this back door at any time. So to access the tables for lunch, the tables and chairs we have out there, or you need to meet anybody up front, we have to make this journey through the warehouse. Again, you guys have already been through here. But we have to go out and around to get to the lunch table outside. So if you do choose to use these tables and chairs, which you're more than welcome to for lunch, now that the weather's getting better, you will take that path of travel to get out here. But at the same time, the same rules apply out here as far as sanitizing. The problem is we don't leave sanitizing products out here. So if you are coming out here to have lunch, please grab some disinfectant wipes or some sprays or whatever you need to disinfect the area. And then once you're done with lunch here, please go ahead and pack up your stuff, disinfect the area, and go ahead and throw the wipes away inside. So all our copier coves and printer coves all have the same supplies in them. So please, when you use these, one person at a time by rule, if you are going to use it, we want you to disinfect the equipment that you're using prior to and after using the equipment. So if you're sending a fax or you're doing a copy on this copy machine, we would like you to take a towel, disinfect the touch area, okay, and then go ahead and use it however you were going to use it. If we were going to copy something, so on and so forth. Our copy comes out, you put your paper in there. If you touch the back of your hand here, just wipe it down. Okay, you just want to wipe down all the possible touch points, and then you're going to go ahead and use the machine. Once your copy's out, pull your copies. Go ahead and wipe down where you've touched. Oops, some of these copies in there. Wipe down where you've touched, and potentially where people can touch, and then go ahead and wipe the screen back down again. And go ahead and throw your towels away in the garbage receptacle. So the biggest tool we have right now in help stopping the spread is social distancing. So if I could say one thing, it's about social distancing, keeping your distance away from everybody as much as possible, 6 feet or more. Okay, so that means even when you need to talk to somebody in the office, like here's Ken's office, him sitting at his desk, we don't want to pass the threshold of people's doors. We want to be able to communicate with them outside their office. Okay, so please, social distancing is the way to go, and keep quite a distance between the person that you're talking to and yourself, and we should be in good shape. So that's the tour of 90 Hill Road on how we're going to get around our office and the protocols that are in place. But to close things out, if I can say anything, the biggest thing is that we can fight this thing with is social distancing and face covers and hand sanitizing and sanitizing our equipment. That's all we got right now to fight this thing, and we just got to make sure everybody is on board and doing this. I know it's going to be a lot for the next couple weeks, but then it will become routine. So please bear with us. Ken's going to be sending out these protocols via email, so you will be able to look at them, and you can always call Ken. You can call myself if you guys have any problems with this coming forward. If you need to know something, be happy to tell you. But if I could again say anything, is to please maintain social distancing and be safe. We want everybody to be healthy. And then with all that, I'm going home the right way. Bye, everybody.